What's up YouTube, Awesome Yuga here, and today we're here with a deck profile on Scythe Control. So artifacts, trap tricks, clowns, I mean you could still call it cat I guess, with a C instead of a K. Clowns, artifact, trap tricks, whatever. We have this deck profile here and this is actually kind of good right now. I still had to proxy a couple of cards that I didn't want to look for, I believe. I do think I have most of the stuff. I might have to proxy one, but yeah. I didn't want to go through all the stuff. I had this stuff laying around and I want to get out some profiles. So I'm proxying a couple of cards in the main deck and in the extra deck. Mostly because I didn't want to look for them. These are actually cards I do own, but yeah. So yeah. This is actually kind of good right now, especially the effect of artifact Scythe, which reads, and I'll read this to you. You can set a spell and trap card, so you can set it there. You know, it has the artifact effect. But then the relevant part is if this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Now, what does this do? Well, of course, against Burning Abyss, we've seen that with Corey McDuffie before. They can make Dante, for example. Now, with the pendulum cards, they can't pendulum summon from the extra deck, nor can they exceed, or synchro, of course. So when they are putting up the skills and you put up Scythe, they have to pendulum summon from the hand, but at that point they wouldn't be able to overlay in anything because they can't use the extra deck. But let's say you've out-resourced them, which this deck does really well, hitting their opponent's resources. They can't use the extra deck, so you're pretty much shutting them down for a turn, which is really, really good. So yeah, this deck definitely has some neat tricks it can do against those top-tier pendulum decks, as well as having a good grind game. It's just a fun deck to play, so I do really recommend anyone out there that has enjoyed the hat before, or just artifacts or trap tricks in general, to play this deck. But yeah, without further ado, let's go into the profile. So for the artifact engine, we have double Scythe, and I do have double Scythe. I know I have somewhere, but I really didn't want to look. I had this in my previous artifact deck, and I didn't want to go through all my binders to look for another one, if it even were to be in a binder. One moral tag, since you can only play one, and then two beagle tag. This is mainly because I do max out on ignition, and this just helps unclocking hands. So that's the artifact engine. Then for the trap tricks engine, of course you have your triple Myrmilio and double Dionea. This is really standard. Then for the clowns, double damage juggler, does one hat tricker and only one trick clown. I didn't want to go with double trick clown for this deck. You can loop it with whatchamacallit, Norton. You know, if it's ever in your graveyard, it wants to get it out again, so you can keep spamming it again. Norton will do the trick. I didn't want to run two Crickleon. And then one Gemini Garnet, which is actually a card I don't own, because I had two playset of this card, but only one playset of this card, and I was able to sell one playset of Brilliant Fusion, one playset of Garnets, but I got stuck with 3 Brilliant Fusions. But yeah, we're playing one Garnet along with double Brilliant Fusion. I didn't want to go 2 and 2. I didn't want to go 3 and 2. Because I'm only using one of the fusions in the extra deck, and I don't know, this just felt like a good ratio to me. If need be, you can put this back in your deck with Deguster Emerald, and it's quite easy to make rank 4. So yeah, double Brilliant Fusion along with the one Gemini Garnet definitely was the ratio for me. Now, like I said, the triple Ignition, really good nowadays, especially since you can actually hit skills as well. So yeah, definitely get the Ignitions. Triple Upstart for consistency, double Instant Fusion. I'm running the one MST as well. You do have your triple Ignition, but I wanted something else to trigger my beagle tag as well, or hit the skills, you know, because Ignition can do both. You can, but yeah, so I just wanted like the fourth Ignition, aka MST card, and I didn't want to run double Cyclone, so I went with the one MST. One Soul Charge, really good in this deck. You have your rank 4s and your rank 5s, which you can bring back. You can even trigger like whatchamacallit, Myrmilio, and then the one Raigeki. This deck does really want to have some board control. With these guys, you know, Myrmilio is only 1600, Dionea is 1700. You have your Moral Attack at 21, Scythe at 22, but you're having a lot of board control, a lot of field control. So bringing, with having these smaller guys, if you can just clear some bigger threats your opponent has, these smaller guys can really poke in some damage. So Regek is actually kind of good in this deck. That's the spell lineup. Traps, you have your Triple Sanctum, obviously, Triple Call of the Haunted, more soul charges pretty much. Can bring back your Scythe and Moral Attack in your opponent's turn to trigger their effect. You can bring back Myrmilio once again, which you can pop skills at that point. Am I saying that right? You have to target this. Yeah, I don't know why, but I thought it had to be a set spell trap card for a second. But yeah, you can pop your opponent's skills, and when they put up 2 skills, you can call Myrmilio and pop skills walls. So the disruptive plays with the deck are with this deck are just there, and it's really nice. Double time space trap hole. This is definitely one of the better trap holes right now, especially since you can search it out with your Myrmilio. This is definitely a card you should be running. Bottomless and 1 Traptech Trap Hole Nightmare. I'm not running Void Treble, which just isn't really good right now. And then the 2 best traps in the game right now. Neglecting Solemn Strike. I heard that was a good card. Not sure what it does. Solemn Warning and Vanity's Emptiness. So, for example, if Solemn Strike is actually really good and usable, if it's not like Sculling where you don't have to have any set cards and stuff, you might want to implement a Solemn Strike or 2 or 3. I'm not sure what cost is. I think it's half your life points, like Solemn Judgment was. But that might be a card you might want to add from Breakers of Shadows. I'm not sure if it's actually really good. But yeah, that's definitely a card you could be adding, cutting the MST, for example, or the upstarts, which would help you not drawing into Garnet when you were to cut the upstarts. So, you know, there are options there to add that, but I think that would be the only card from Breakers of Shadow that you might want to add in the main deck. Now, for the extra deck right now, I am running a Ragnar Zero. You would definitely be cutting this for Infinity. This is definitely the card to cut. I'm already playing Ptolemaeus in here, so you can go into Pleiades or Durandal. So you only have to cut this to add in Infinity. So for right now, I'm playing Ragnar Zero. This works with like Blushfire. Abyss Dweller, there goes the Emerald, really important. Diamond Direwolf, which I kind of like as well. Silent Arc, Castell, Castell is just really good right now. Being able to shuffle back his skills is really important. The Ptolemy, like I said, Focusaurus, once again, this is just a card that can put up an OTK. Pleiades, also get into a bit later on. Pleiades, good card, of course, with you can make him with the with 2 of your skills. If you go Beagle Attack into Moral Attack, for example, Beagle Attack into Sight, whatever. Durandal, best card in the extra deck. Guy Dragon for over your Focusaurus. Then 2 Norden. And then 1 proxy should be a Panzer Dragon. Now, Panzer Dragon is for instant fusion as well, because what you could do is, if you have like a Sanctum or Ignition, you can just trigger one artifact, and you still need to go into Pleiades, because that's the best play. You can instant fusion for Panzer Dragon, which is light as well, and you can go into Pleiades. And of course, he just helps with rank 5 plays in general. Focus, okay, thank you. And then the last card I also had proxy because I didn't want to look for this is the Gemknight Seraphite, I believe. That's the one that sends a rock and a light. Of course, to trigger Turklans and stuff. Definitely the Gemknight you're going to be using in this extra deck. So yeah, that's the deck profile. In the comment section down below, let me know what you think of this deck. How you like it, if you've been playing it, what you like about it, if you want to try this out because you think you might like it, and anything that I might improve. So let's say I should be running Solemn Strike, let me know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Be on the lookout for more of these deck profiles, which are semi-finished because I don't have any Breaks of Shadow cards that I might have to implement. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!